Oh, we are 2 weeks away from the blunder of the summer. I mean, biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam, where we still don't even have a full event card outlined yet for a 2-night spectacular. We are head on into Saturday night's main event, another program that looks less than adequate, and I feel absolutely sorry for anybody in New York City who's paying money to go to MSG to watch this travesty of an event they're putting on called Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, but it's the fun time. The kids, Fanatics was, I'm going to be honest with you, Fanatics was crazy. It was chaotic. There was a lot going on. Remember, I work in the city, and it was busy like all day. Plus, we got this freaking smoke from freaking goddamn Canada coming over to us from all the wildfires over there. So it's a weird kind of day. But I don't know. For the night out, it may not be the best event for the night out, just to go see it. And we all know how the main event's going to end. You all know that freaking Nick Aldis is going to freaking take out Gunther, and then freaking CM Punk and Cody are going to win. And then you're going to have either Cody freaking taking out Punk, or Punk is going to freaking put Cody to sleep.
There's big rumors and speculation from some pretty reliable sources out there that come tomorrow night on SmackDown, Adam Pearce is going to be installed again as the interim GM of SmackDown, as Nick Aldis is going to vacate his role as SmackDown general manager in order to face Gunther at SummerSlam. So that's flying around the pro wrestling stratosphere right now, among many, 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 many other things. Before we get started, I mean, what do you want to cook on? For once, I really don't have anything to rant about this week as far as professional wrestling go. I have things to talk about in the top rope takes, but there's not really much to rant. Oh, well, I take that back. What the heck is WWE doing with this reveal of Big Cass?
Yes, I was going to talk about that. So, with that,
my main man Brandon, what's up, Brandon? How's it going?
Brandon, Big Cass showing his silhouette 8-3. So they already spoiled the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam.
Yeah, why are we spoiling this stuff so far in advance? Why can't we have any surprises anymore?
I think because the fandom has been such a frickled with all the stuff that's been going on. They're like, to hold it. Let's just show what's happening. But it's kind of odd they didn't show Enzo, unless Enzo is going to be surprisingly coming out. So that means that they're not going to go to NXT.
That's because Enzo's going to be on Saturday Main Event. He's going to be who comes out to help Danhausen.
Yes.
He's going to be the savior of Danhausen. He is going to be Danhausen's little mutant. Think about it. Think about the way the Mini-Hausens have come out and dressed with the face paint and that, like, the bandanas with, like, the blonde hair coming out of them and all that goofy crap. Who dresses like that? Enzo. Enzo's going to be Danhausen's little creature under the sheet. And that's who's going to help him beat JD McDonough. So that's why Enzo's been posting stuff all over his social media very cryptically about his return to WWE.
Yes.
So, but why wouldn't you just leave that as a guessing game? Like, we got the return of boring Corbin on SmackDown. We're going to talk about that in our top rope takes, but none of these returns have been kept secret. And I have a theory on that, is because we've got probably bigger returns that WWE is keeping quiet that they think are going to get a bigger pop. Like, specifically Mike Santana.
Yes, because they talked about Mike Santana. That might be happening too. But it makes me laugh. This is the one thing that makes me. I got some things to talk about. There's a lot of things another thing. But what makes me laugh, they talk about all these reveals that these people are going to be showing up. These people that they signed, all these people that you let people go. You let fan favorites go to resign people that
let go of in the first place. Like you gave there was a reason for you to cut in the first place.
Exactly. So you're going and you're bringing in all these guys. You're going to have, so Zilla Fatu, I think I actually think that we might see a Zilla Fatu sighting in Saturday Night Main Event due to the fact of the Usos with the Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight, Royce Keys, and
I'm gonna ask Zilla Fatu about him coming to WWE because he's going to be doing an appearance at the Wrestling Guys store here in Phoenix in a few weeks, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ask him specifically about, hey man, I'm gonna try and get an interview and say, when you come on WWE, man, I need to come out there and see you, Samoa and Spike, all the bloodline. I don't want to see him part of the bloodline. He probably will be, but I want to see him. We got the announcement of War Games in Houston, Texas. So we're sitting down for a third year of a bloodline War Games match. So it's question, like, who's going to be? Of course, it's going to be Roman, Jacob, both Usos, and who's their fifth going to? Is their fifth going to be Zilla Fatu versus LA Knight?
Seth Rollins,
LA Knight,
freaking
Seth Rollins,
Obafemi.
You think Obafemi?
Yes, Obafemi.
Why do you think Obafemi?
Because he's gonna end his feud with Brock Lesnar, and he's gonna start the feud with Roman Reigns. He's gonna go for the belt. That's what's gonna.
I don't think that starts until he wins Royal Rumble.
I don't know. I think the Royal Rumble. I think Sammy's gonna win the Royal Rumble.
That's my problem, man. Is like you can so easily predict everything. There's no unpredictability in pro wrestling anymore, and we kind of saw that on Monday night. Like, you get what was the point of having all of these security guards, aka police officers,
future wrestlers down the road,
police officers surrounding the ring, for Paul Heyman to say, I went to the courthouse and got a restraining order against you, Obafemi, and against Brock Lesnar. Just to later on in the night have Adam Pearce in a backstage segment be like, oh no, Paul Heyman lied. Those weren't real cops. There's no mystique. There's no magic. Like,
hey, but then wait, I'm gonna tell you something. Which I scratched my head after watching Monday Night Raw. The reason why Obafemi didn't go for the championship, he said that Brock Lesnar was going to ruin it anyway. That makes no damn sense.
Yeah, it makes zero sense.
See, why? Yeah. So I think Baron Corbin's going for the U.S. Championship. That's his thing. And what's up with the Trick Williams never-ending story belt? Never-ending story.
Yeah, I like his furry belt.
The furry belt. It's very interesting on a lot of the aspects of what they're doing, and it's like you sit there and you scratch your head. I'm like,
I don't think anybody said that Baron Corbin's return is going to ruin Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. I don't think either one of us said that.
No, I don't think. No, he didn't say that he came out. Look. Let's put it this way: when Baron Corbin first came on the scene, the lone wolf aspect, and then the end of days, it was cool. Then he had Happy Corbin, broke ass Corbin. He went through all the freaking goddamn the things. But if you're gonna do, it's what's gonna happen is that hopefully they use him for friggin' something meaningful. Like, of course, it's gonna be the U.S. Championship. That's he's gonna probably go for that.
Well, he is going for that. We'll talk about that in the Top Rope Takes because it's already been confirmed because he's going to start doing house shows where he's going to start feuding with Trick Williams for the United States Championship in those house shows. So, yeah, talk about completely just jumping the shark of his name, Carmelo Hayes. We're going to just go right into boring Corbin again.
Only if they make Baron Corbin exciting and make him ruthless and just be a
Cody Rhodes is not winning the WWE Championship from CM Punk at Night 2 SummerSlam. I hate to tell you. That is not happening.
I got a feeling that Randy Orton might be making an appearance in SummerSlam. He's going to come back.
Randy Orton is an interesting one because he's in New York.
Yep.
But he's not. He canceled all of his stuff at Fanatics Fest.
Yep.
So he's an interesting case there.
So we're going to see. We'll find out. I think SummerSlam he does come out.
I'll watch, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
We'll see.
CM Punk is holding that belt
until WrestleMania.
Or till Royal Rumble when he fights Kevin Owens for that belt.
When Kevin Owens comes
I have a sneaking suspicion that WWE is pivoting towards Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania next year. That's where I think they're going. If Kevin Owens is healthy, that's where they're going. That's their money match is Kevin Owens versus CM Punk. Because the minute CM Punk won that title, Kevin Owens posted on his social media a picture of the Boogeyman. TikTok.
Hey, listen, Satin, I love your enthusiasm, but he's not going to win. They're gonna keep that belt on CM for a minute.
I appreciate your enthusiasm as a Cody Rhodes fan, but I don't think he's not taking that belt off CM Punk.
No.
They're not going to have CM Punk take the belt off of Sami Zayn just to turn around and have Cody Rhodes win that title belt again.
Well, I know he beat Roman Reigns. I know he did. But that was a long time coming to finish the story. CM Punk will meet up with Roman Reigns again down the road. We'll see that.
But I like Cody Rhodes too. I like Cody Rhodes a lot, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Cody Rhodes is going to beat CM Punk. Like, it just, WWE has bigger plans, and unfortunately Cody Rhodes isn't part of those plans because Cody Rhodes is probably going to turn heel. So, here to tell you, Cody Rhodes is probably going to be heel.
Damn, I fucking missed that shit.
What are you whining about?
Freaking some on eBay. I thought I got it and it didn't go through.
You're a CM Punk crybaby brand. Well, when you learn how to use the right we'll talk. So yeah. Anyways, sorry, we were completely lost what we were talking about here. But yeah, Big Cass. The return of Big Cass. I don't understand why you wouldn't hold that. But it feels like Big Cass is being brought in just to feud with Obafemi. You need these big bodies to feud with Obafemi. That's why I think Mike Santana's coming. That's why Big Cass is coming. You have to have somebody for Obafemi to go against.
Braun Strowman down the road?
Braun Strowman. Maybe they're bringing back Enzo and Cass to be solos. I don't know. Hey, listen, you can hate CM Punk all you want, my man. It doesn't change the fact that it is what it is. The tea leaves.
CM Punk, you know what? Love him or hate him, he's going to wind up wearing that belt for a while. They brought him back, and that's the other case. Cody Rhodes is gonna go in a different direction to do other things before he actually goes for that belt again, because you can't keep putting him for the belt.
Nope, he needs a freshen up. He needs a character change. He needs to go heel. We need heel Cody Rhodes.
We need a Homelander Cody.
Well, he's not gonna when he goes heel. I think he's gonna go blonde, or he's gonna go with the black hair. He won't be using Kingdom anymore. He'll have different entrance music.
And probably we'll see him change after SummerSlam. That's gonna probably be the other deal. But
Brandon. It's all right. We welcome a difference of opinion here. He can not like CM Punk.
Everybody can have their opinion. If you don't like, you don't have to have like CM Punk. You don't have to like Cody Rhodes. You don't have to like Obafemi. And listen, at the end of the day, it's who you like. Like there's a lot of wrestlers that we don't like, but hey, it is what it is. It's everybody.
let's not time people out unless they're being absolutely crazy. Like I said, you can have differences of opinions. That's fine. We welcome that here. It's about the conversation. It's about being part of the community. So as long as he's not being crazy and being hateful or anything like that, he's allowed to have his opinions.
Look, I'm crazy. I'm not hateful. I have sometimes I can't think straight, but that's beside the point.
I would time Dom out all the time if I could.
All the time, exactly. No, but,
all right. Well, that being said, let's get on to it's interaction, man. He said, I get that, but she keeps talking about it. It's nonstop, and we're getting off topic. It's all right. But the conversation.
Listen, we get off topic a lot over here, so we come down. We go right back to where we started. Look, at the end of the day, Enzo and Cass thing.
Do you want to see Enzo and Cass as a solo act, or do you want to see him as a tag team?
I think they bring them back for a tag team because they need some tag teams. Because Dawkins and Montez Ford are going to be out for a while because they both had their wives both had kids, had babies, so they're going to be out for a minute. They'll probably come back. They'll probably come back towards the Survivor Series.
Why not announce them together then? Why announce them separately?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing which I have a head scratcher on that. That they're announcing them separately, but they might. Who knows? Maybe they won't put them back together. Maybe they're just the Cass will do his own thing and be his own man, and Enzo comes back and does his own thing. See, Enzo will be the Frankenstein monster.
Brandon, I'm about to time you out for saying Danhausen faction.
Danhausen faction.
We don't need no Danhausen faction, all right?
Listen, we all know that that Matt's going back to Zack Ryder because he's going woo woo.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in the top rope takes because I have a little bit of a gripe with that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I know. That's a little something, but hey, we can still get the Knight Rider. Let's do it. Tag team. Freaking LA Knight. Boom. Knight Rider.
All right. Go ahead. Finish your thought, Dom.
I was going to say, let's go start talking about some of the topics.
All right. Let's get into our top rope takes. Our top rope takes is where we put 2 minutes on the clock and we give you, 2-ish minutes, and we give you our hot takes on the biggest news stories around professional wrestling today. And kicking us off, call Eric the Swami and put a little hat on him as he asked us this question last week, but WWE and AEW are going to host a pay-per-view on the same exact day at the same exact time in the same exact city as WWE is programming or counter-programming AEW All Out with WWE Worlds Collide. And you got to know that they're doing it purposely because they're doing it in conjunction with one of the hottest brands in professional wrestling right now, AAA. Dom, thoughts on WWE counter-programming or AEW?
Yeah,
the same time, same place, and same day.
I saw that, and that's done on purposely because the dates that they have put out for other shows coincide with dates of AEW. They're showing the dream matches that they were going to have with AAA and WWE. So it should be very interesting. And we all know it's not part of the episodes of Raw and SmackDown. It's just to put on a show of the best talent of each brand. But yeah, they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to make a leap to phase out AEW. I don't know. You know what? Is it a good idea? I think everybody should have a shine. Let AEW do their thing, WWE do their thing. This company. I know they're trying to bring back the Monday Night Wars and stuff like that. It's just two different things. Right now, they should concentrate on their stories and let them do their thing and let Faith take them to where they have to go. They're trying to outbeat AEW. Look, right now AEW has strong wrestling. Over WWE. You know, they're putting on a bunch of they have a bunch of different matches. Freaking the WWE. How many matches we had Monday night? 3, 4. What was it?
I didn't count.
I know it wasn't. It was less than 5. I know that. But yeah, they're trying to counterattack AEW, and you know what? I'm intrigued with this because some of the dream matches they're proposing, and
let's see. Let's count them. We had Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
Jimmy Uso versus Royce Keys, impromptu. I don't know why we had that match when we just had that match on SmackDown.
I don't know.
We had the Intercontinental Championship. Dude, we had 3 matches.
Yeah, 3 matches.
3 matches on Raw. A 2.5, and it was the longest Raw they've had since the Netflix era started.
Yeah.
We had 3 matches. You're right.
Yeah. Told you. You know, so
that is ridiculous.
It's fucking nuts. You know, so you know, I understand all these backstage segments and all these little things, these vignettes and these little all these different types of things they're trying to show. Just have some wrestling matches, man. Look, I was watching Russo and Jonathan Coach, and they were talking about, you know, with the brand split. You put it back together again, it's a continuation. Raw, SmackDown is a continuation of Raw. Just do it that way. You can have more intrigued by just doing it that. You know, instead of having this person dedicated to this, that person dedicated to that, have the continuation of Raw on SmackDown. And you can throw more matches in there and mix things up and make the matches. But anyway, that's another talk for something else. But World Collide, I like this, but I'm just questioning the fact that you want to go head to head with AEW, same time, same city, But
I mean, it's a great. WWE is clearly trying to big brother or push out AEW. I don't know why. Competition is king. Competition makes WWE great. Not that they're great, but greater.
Yeah.
Look, but they're doing it with the hottest brand. They're not even really doing it with a WWE. They're doing it with a mix of WWE and AAA talent. So they're trying to capitalize on the mass versus mass as much as they can. The fact that AAA is the hottest thing in professional wrestling right now. They're trying to capitalize on that, and they're trying to go head to head with AEW to push AEW around. And
I do like one thing.
All it hurts is us as wrestling fans, because you're going to have to choose
who you're going to watch.
Who you're going to watch.
You have 2 TVs up. Watch one and one. My thing is that I like the fact that the wrestlers from AAA get the exposure that they normally don't get to a WWE crowd. And it kind of puts them on the map. Because let me tell you something. You know, I've been watching more and more AAA. They got some really good matches in.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, my God. You know, so I really like that factor. But I just, the whole competition thing, it's not the Monday Night Wars. It's not that. You got 2 separate brands, 2 different directions, 2 different outcomes. You know, just worry about making your brand the number 1 brand.
And if they're going to counteract AEW's All Out that night, they're going to have to come with a real hard card. They can't come with some lame-ass card like we're getting Saturday for Saturday Night Main Event. They have to come with an absolutely stacked card, and you have to give people a reason to care, because what are they going to do if it turns out that people choose to watch AEW that night over Worlds Collide? What is WWE going to do then? Like, and Worlds Collide, is that going to be on ESPN? Is it going to be on YouTube? Like, where are you going to watch Worlds Collide at? Is it even going to be that big a deal? Is anybody going to, you know, I think if All Out comes with a banger match, then I don't know what to tell you. If All Out comes with like an MJF versus Will Ospreay, something along those lines, with a banger, you know, championship match, I think it's a wrap for Worlds Collide, because they don't have El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano anymore. Yeah. You're saving El Grande Americano versus Dominic Mysterio for Triple Mania. So what are you going to do here? You know, I think it all just going to depends on what card Worlds Collide comes with, but it's a clear shot across the bow. This is your warning shot. Bah! To AEW from WWE. Brandon says, will then at least AEW All Out be part of Worlds Collide instead of just one brand fighting for fans' attention? Maybe. But they are the same city, same time, same date, 2 different arenas. So good on Chicago. I guess you got a plethora of professional wrestling to choose from. It'll be real interesting to see what the crowd looks like at both these events.
Exactly. That's another thing too. Listen, does the fans win in this? Give or take, it's 50-50 if the fans win, but the fans will definitely going to enjoy. You got to have 2 big events happening at the same time. This is like something that out of like your wildest dreams to see to have 2 different big events happening at one time, at the same time, and people go crazy back and forth to see the matches. Because what's going to happen is that if a match is boring, they'll just go right to the other match.
It's stupid because the majority of wrestling fans consume both products. They're not exclusive one or the other. That's the minority. So there's not a lot of people that I run into that are like, I'm AEW, I'm strictly AEW, or I'm WWE, I'm strictly WWE. Like they consume maybe not as much as, they don't consume as much of one as they do the other, but they still, like, I still watch Dynamite. I would consider myself a more WWE focused guy than I was. I was AEW at the beginning, and then I kind of drifted back to WWE just because AEW was new, it was fresh, it offered a different perspective, it offered something new, and now it's the same old shit. So it's like, all right, I float back and forth, but I'm more likely to gravitate to WWE now than AEW, but I will consume both products.
Like a friend of mine, he stopped watching WWE, now he's watching AEW now. It's a back and forth thing. What's up, Eric?
What's up?
All right, Eric, give us your thoughts as you fucking Nostradamed this last week.
So I just find it really more interesting. Not is it just same day, same city,
same time.
So I'm not sure who organized it first.
AEW did. WWE is just finalizing. They're delaying apparently finalization of host cities for PLEs because they're trying to go at the city that's going to give them the most bang for their buck.
You're doing it in Chicago, and that's CM Punk's hotel. And they're going to heavily utilize freaking CM Punk.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I bet you we get a CM Punk versus
Vikingo.
Yep.
No, Vikingo's hurt. He's got a knee injury, so he's going to be out for a while. He had to have knee surgery.
Oh, really?
It's going to be probably CM Punk versus El Grande Americano.
Yeah,
probably, maybe.
Javon Evans versus Jack Cartwheel.
Danhausen versus fucking
Psycho Clown.
No, Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana.
What about what's his name? Polka.
La Parka?
Parker, yeah, Parker. I'm sorry, Parker. Which one? Tall one?
Yeah, which La Parka?
Which one?
Which iteration of La Parka?
You have a Moss. A Moss is going to be there. Obafemi versus the Moss.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So now we're just talking about dream matches.
Yeah,
that's probably going to happen.
That's what I was saying. That's what this World of Collides card is going to have to be, because if they're going to counter program AEW that hard, they have to come with a card. They can't come with a half-ass card like we're getting Saturday. They have to come with a power card for Worlds Collide. So I would not be. I mean, Obafemi versus almost shut up and take my money. CM Punk versus El Grande Americano. Okay. I mean, have we seen CM Punk versus Wood Kaiser before?
No.
I mean, it'd be insane. Brandon says, I want to see main WWE stars versus main AAA stars face off like Roman Reigns, Cody, Seth, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and many others. Like, make it happen. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do.
You got to do. Listen, if they're gonna battle AEW, and AEW is gonna put their best card out there, they're gonna have to freaking compete with that. And you can rest assured you're gonna have one of the biggest cards. This is gonna be like a WrestleMania type of thing.
I have a feeling they hold the card too. I have a feeling it's going to be a situation where we don't learn what this card is probably till the week before.
Yeah,
because they're gonna wait for AEW to release their card, and then you'll get the card for World Collide. Yeah.
So that's probably why they moved Money in the Bank to October for this.
Probably. But yeah, I just saw that today. That's why we don't have a host city for Rumble yet, because there's
an event.
What's that?
This is a 2-night event.
No, I think it's
one night.
One night. Okay, what's the 2-night event that's going to be in September?
Triple Mania.
Triple Mania. Okay, Triple Mania. Okay. Damn. Look, they got a freaking goddamn freaking put this shit out there like crazy. AAA. They got to do like the when you play the video game and you keep kicking the person, you keep chucking, you get chucked the shit out of this shit.
Yeah.
They got to try to do whatever they can. But and you know what? Like I said, you're probably right. They're gonna wait to the last minute to put that card out, and they're gonna probably put out the best card they can. Look, you're gonna have the Bloodline show up in this some way or the other. The Bloodline, the hottest WWE. You're gonna have them come on the show. So there's gonna be a lot of different options that you're gonna have. So it should be.
Do we get Usos versus the Lucha Brothers?
Yeah, could be.
The Bloodline versus Psycho Circus.
Have that. You definitely.
I mean,
there's so many options. Like I said,
Omos versus Obafemi. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, that's definitely. That's the one, man. That's the moneymaker right there.
Did you see Omos and Rey Mysterio having a confrontation?
Yeah, he pushed him.
Omos is so tall and Rey Mysterio is so short. Rey could blow Omos standing up.
Dude, remember the Big Show when the Big Show fought the freaking
Rey
Mysterio, and he freaking he was on the Garney going out, and he picked it up, and he figured swung it against the
baseball swing against the post.
Yeah. Come on, Batista was huge. He freaking destroyed Rey Mysterio.
Crazy.
Yeah, but interesting.
All right. WWE reportedly has no creative plans for Jordynne Grace. So I ask you boys, why even bother calling her up from AEW or from NXT if you're just gonna sit her on the shelf? Like,
man, she was
going tell me that there's no creative plans for Jordynne Grace on a show that just went from 3 hours to 2 hours, whose women division is all but on IR right now.
They need women. And I don't understand that call unless she rubbed somebody the wrong way. When she came up, when she hurt her foot, she was out for a little bit. She was in that the battle with Jay Cargill and figured Tiffy Time. She was that, and also Chelsea Green. She was involved in that whole circle there. But it's so stupid. You know what? If you have no creative plans, bring it down. Bring it back down to NXT. Put it back in NXT.
You were hinting at her going for the women's championship when you first called her out too, and then you just shelf her for no reason. Like you need people. You can't just keep using Jade Cargill over and over and over again and Meechin and B-Fab. You got to have somebody else there. You got to have somebody else going for the main title and
never fight.
Then you want to pretend like Alexa Bliss has this arm injury when she's double jointed because we've done this before.
Exactly. Listen, get Ivy Nile to come out and you get both the same size, and they both can have a freaking good wrestling match.
She's having too much fun on main event.
She hasn't even been on main event in like 2 months.
Yeah. No, she has.
Who? Jordynne Grace?
No, I'm talking about Ivy Nile.
Oh, I was to say Jordynne Grace hasn't been on main event in like 2 months.
Yeah.
She was last on main event a couple weeks ago.
Look, let me tell you something. You're crying that the tag team division in the female tag team division is definitely on a respirator. You need women. You need, I had a feeling that Naomi's coming back very soon. She might be coming back for SummerSlam.
To be honest, I keep forgetting that R-Truth and Damian Priest are tag team champions. That's how bad it is.
Just like I keep forgetting Trick Williams is the United States Championship until I saw that god-awful looking furry belt on.
Yeah, the freaking never-ending story belt, like I said before.
Friday.
Never-ending story. But you have some females that are coming back.
Rhea's probably not making it to SummerSlam because she's got a meniscus tear.
Yep.
So they're probably going to take that belt off her and do some kind of battle royale for the women's
Tournament.
tournament. Yeah, most likely.
Let me ask you a question. Io Sky wins the belt off of Liv, or
No.
you get somebody betraying somebody help like Roxanne or Raquel helping Liv, of course, and then turning on her at the end. That's the next fight going into SummerSlam.
I think SummerSlam you're going to get Raquel Rodriguez, or you're going to get not Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez versus Sol Ruca for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that's why they interjected Sol into that whole thing on Monday night.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Io beat Liv, honestly. Not that Liv needs to be champion because she hasn't fought, but they're going for Liv versus Stephanie. And Io, dude, I will stand on this ground and die on this hill. Io is a boring fucking champion. I love Io.
Creative.
She is boring. When she
creative
championship, she is boring. All of her momentum just dies.
Everybody who is boring, that's creative.
Mm-hmm.
That's Liv Morgan not fighting anybody because you wait for Stephanie Vakir, which apparently his shoulder, I don't know, she still has a shoulder in a sling. They showed a picture of that. She's still nursing that. So we don't know when she's coming back.
Here's what Brandon said. You got Charlotte versus Jade Cargill with no title, and Tiffany probably faces someone for the United States.
Well, I got a feeling Chelsea Green is going to turn on Tiffy time. That's the I've been saying.
Not this soon.
No, I've been saying that soon. Whenever that happens, because she wants that belt back.
That's who they need to. They need to take that belt off Tiffany Stratton. I'm so over Tiffany Stratton.
I'd rather have Io over Tiffany as champion. That's how bad Tiffany is.
Hey, I'd rather have Chelsea Green champion. Come on, give it to Chelsea.
I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know. We're 2 weeks away from SummerSlam, so I don't know how they're going to do a tournament now unless they just vacate that title and they make Charlotte, because we're not even officially gotten Charlotte Flair versus Jade yet, have we?
No.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up turning into a title match somehow, where we get some kind of tournament over the next 2 weeks with the winner, the two winners facing at SummerSlam for that women's championship, and it's going to be Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair for that belt.
Brandon, I'm sorry, Brandon. They're not going to put Jordan Grace back into the world title picture anytime soon. When she does come back, she could be mid-card.
No, I mean, that's not what he's asking. He's saying they should, and he's not wrong.
So they should. No, he's not wrong. They should. But I don't think she's going to get another title shot for a while.
WWE has poached her from TNA and done nothing with her. They blue-balled her like crazy in NXT. Then they called her up to the main roster, gave her a monster push in the main roster, and haven't done shit with her since. Like the woman was massive in TNA. Like
she was.
Yeah.
She was.
I mean, I think they're waiting for Rhea to see how her knee does, but if she's got a meniscus tear, I mean, she's going to be out for a while. I think they're going to hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of update tomorrow on SmackDown about the condition of Rhea Ripley, especially if she's out here in the media talking about her having this injury now. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE makes her vacate the title.
And I'm going to tell you this. I think a battle royal will be sufficient and be good for SummerSlam. You could have girls on SmackDown and Raw compete for the belt, and you could throw everybody in the mix there. That'd be great for championship belt. Championship to try to win that belt. And look, I'm all for with Russo was telling Jonathan Coach about, no more brand split. Just put the Raw and SmackDown together, be continuation of Raw, and just go through that. You don't have to wrestle at every freaking show. You can wrestle on one show, but you can go across both brands and make it exciting. Instead of having this person dedicated here, that person, you could have them dedicated, but more crossovers.
But then
sorry, Matt.
No, you're fine. It makes it no reason for you to have two championship belts.
No, but you could probably the next unite the two belts together. and have the one championship belt again and have both brands. Look, let me tell you something.
We're gonna do 3 more years of Roman Reigns holding 2 titles.
No, no. You're gonna have to friggin' have the title, and so they have to change. Make some kind of a that could be the John Cena Classic. Have the belts, put the 2 belts together. One 2 shows, 1 brand, and that's it, man. And have them go back and forth on those shows, and then you can have a mixture because then you have 2 hour SmackDown, 2 hour Raw, 4 hours of TV time in the week to have people that don't get normal TV time, and you can have your shows. And stop with the 3 freaking goddamn matches on Monday Night Raw. Have more matches. At least have 5 matches. Stop that shit.
What were you gonna say, Eric?
The only thing I have issues about combining both shows is that you're doing a risk of oversaturating the same story on both brands, which is taking up more time for other people that actually want to have airtime.
Which you're already doing with the Bloodline.
Exactly. You're already doing it. So look, what you could do is you could have the things, but crossing over. Like you all know that that Roman Reigns is on one show and then he doesn't show up for a while. So you could have like the Usos always showing up on both shows.
Which they already do.
Which they already do. So you already have something like that. But you have a U.S. title. Keep the U.S. title. Keep the Intercontinental title. Unite the 2 championship belts together. Unite the 2 the tag team belts, put them together, and make 1 tag team champion and 1 female tag team champion, and have both shows going in. You could, and I bet you if you do that and you have a cohesive story on those shows, that will beat AEW.
I don't think they're worried about AEW.
I think they are. I really think they are. If you try to compete the same freaking time, the same day, the same freaking goddamn town, come on.
I think it's
just
more,
TKO being petty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more like big brother bullying little brother at that point. What they're trying to do is they're just trying to whip it out and be like, look at us, we're still more popular than you. Just to
Did you say whip it out?
Knock this whole like narrative of AEW is where the best wrestle, and you put your biggest voice out there at MJF, and he's out here talking a lot of shit, and then WWE is going to counter program now just to be like, yeah, okay, well, look what we got. I don't know. It's stupid. I stand by the fact that variety and competition makes both companies way better.
Exactly, it does. When you have one single show, you can sit back and lay back and let it go because it's the only show. But the competition does make it make the shows better. But
what happened in the late 10s.
And you're talking about having more NXT call-ups for women, calling up Tatum Paxley, calling up Izzy Dame, calling up some of these other people, and you're sitting here openly admitting that you have no plans for Jordan Grace. And you did the same thing about Royce Keys a few months ago. You had no plans for Royce Keys. So you're like, oh, let's just throw him in some bloodline bullshit. And then now you got Jordan Grace. And what are you going to do with her? You're going to put her in like a 4-month feud with Nia Jax when Nia comes back? Is that what we're going to do too? Like, let's be real. All right. Moving on. Last Friday saw the return of Baron Corbin to WWE. And we kind of talked about it at the top of the hour. Boys, is it a waste to let go all of this talent, like the New Day, the Motor City Machine Gun, ask all these talents, Sheamus, to take a pay cut and bring back Baron Corbin, a guy who had multiple reinventions on the main roster, had multiple runs, and he couldn't do anything worth a damn outside of NXT. Was bringing back Baron Corbin the right choice and throwing him right into this United States Championship picture? Because he's going to be wrestling Trick Williams on house shows for the United States Championship. So, thoughts on the return of Baron Corbin?
Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
All right. So, sorry. I think it's interesting because they never really brought him back to main roster after he went back to NXT with Braun Breaker. So we might get to see this iteration of Baron Corbin that was there, which probably is going to go back to his lone wolf status, or now it's known as a nomad. I really hope, which is very little, that the creative can actually do something with him besides being constable or bum ass.
Happy or sad Corbin?
Or broke ass.
or broke ass Corbin or bum ass Corbin.
But like I said, I'm glad he returned. Because I like his finisher. And today's like one of the best finishers. But I just wish they can actually do something with this dude.
Eric, I even made a pitch about that. Put him back with Braun Breaker. Let them become, tag team. They were great in NXT when they were tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Have that run in because apparently I know the next story is going to probably be about Braun Breaker being unhappy. So you got to have a direction.
No, I actually didn't include that this week because I feel like we talked about that for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I mean, go ahead, talk about it if you want.
I'm just saying the whole fact is that Braun Breaker. That's for the Dirty Dog Street. Braun Breaker is unhappy with creative on his direction.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's going, and apparently Maxine is going to be a valet, which they didn't see. Apparently, no more valets, so you got rid of freaking goddamn Killer Cross and Scarlett because they don't want valets, but they're going to make. She's not going to wrestle anymore hardly, and she's going to be more of a valet for the Vision. So this is what I don't understand with their creative and what their process, what they're doing. You bring back Baron Corbin, bring him back, keep him the lone wolf, the nomad status, whatever it is, keep him doing his thing. At least give him wins, make him freaking goddamn be somebody, not just to freaking go fall off into obscurity down the road when things happen. You bring it back in, and like I even said at the beginning of the show, you get rid of all this talent that people liked to bring back these questionable calls that people you don't know what the status. Big Cash, Enzo Amore, speaking Barry Corbin. And it's kind of it's odd that you do that unless you got these guys going. All right, we'll take 50% pay cuts just to be on your brand because we want to be in WWE, and they took less money to come back. It makes no sense, but hopefully it works. Hopefully, in the WWE's case, it works. Hopefully, they can do something and make an exciting show and make the fans cheer. You need that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Baron Corbin comes back and he out of the gate he's hot. He beats Trick Williams, gets the belt off the bat, has the belt. Then do something. Don't have like a 19-year feud with Trick Williams to get the belt back. And back and forth. Do something about it. Start making enemies. Start making things. Trick Williams, get in the back of the line. You lost. Things. It's just that's the problem. You keep having the feuds over and over again with the same people, and then, like I said, the Jordan Graces, they don't get a chance because you're feuding with the same handful of people.
Baron Corbin bores me. I was never a Baron Corbin fan when he first came up. He's kind of been a joke ever since he lost his Money in the Bank contract and with his failed cash in. They tried to push him. He never got over. Then they did his happy. Then they did his bum ass Corbin stuff. I've never been a fan, and I don't know why we have to push out talent like Killer Cross and Sheamus and things like this, and people like that who are proven to bring in Baron Corbin. I understand you have a heel problem and you need to bring in someone who's a natural heel, and Baron Corbin gives you that. Yes. But what are you going to do differently with him that you didn't do the first time? Like I said, he had 4 different character makeovers. He had the Lone Wolf. He had the bum ass Corbin, happy Corbin, and then whatever he was, kind of that lone wolf or wolf dog status that he went back to in NXT. You tried it all with him. What's left there? What meat is left on that bone? What are you going to do differently this time?
Have him eat dog food.
I mean, there's really nothing here differently that we can do with Baron Corbin that's going to make him interesting. The dude didn't even barely got over on the indies.
All the shit that you had was more on Vince's status than actual Baron Corbin. That was because even when he first debuted in NXT, he had a gimmick, lone wolf, motorcycle guy, and he squashed people in a minute or two.
Here's the problem. Anyone you talk to about Baron Corbin, their response is exactly what you led with. I like his finisher. He's got a cool finisher. But that's where the conversation about Baron Corbin starts and ends.
You have to. Okay, you need natural heels because everybody seems to be a anti-hero in freaking wrestling now. Good, bad. You're bad, you're good. And it's all these in-betweeners. There's no natural heel like you have Gunther. You have him as a natural heel. He's like basically the most natural heel in WWE right now. If you really think about it, everybody else is more of a like you showed friggin' Monroe come out, and she friggin' with Julia. She attacked Julia, and then Julia's feuding with a whole mentor that she attacked the mentor too. So there's like all these different aspects, like the more superior person that can lead the way. And Baron Corbin, he does have a good finisher. When he first came in, he had that. I liked the music when he came out. It was pretty cool. And then they just changed everything off the bat. Like the WWE loves changing things. They don't let things marinate. They don't let things milk to a point where you see how it runs. They change things right away. Come on, they just friggin' had the reasoning why they changed the music to friggin' Ethan Page. They love changing music of people. Like I love the original music of Ethan Page.
Chad Gable has the worst.
Yeah,
Gable. Gable.
You know what that is? That's AI.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's AI. Because I have the Dom Toba song, and it's the same shit.
Dom Toba. Yeah, it's awful. But I hope they can do something different with him. But I'm not excited by Baron Corbin.
Are you gonna try and give him a chance?
I mean, I'll give him a chance. Yeah, but I just don't. I'm like I said, everyone I talk to, that's what it gets led with. What do you think about Baron Corbin? He's got a nice finisher.
Look, if they can do what they're doing for the Intercontinental Championship, like all that talent that's going for the Intercontinental, and have this in SmackDown going for the US title, I'm all for it.
Do you want another gauntlet match?
Hey, give it substance. Give it a meaning. Don't just have him fight Trick Williams for a little bit, then boom, and then that's it. And then you leave it alone. Give him a chance to go for the thing. Have him start people up. Like go in the back, like Cody Rhodes. You smack Cody Rhodes. Have him be like even Gunther. And Gunther tries to say something. He goes, "Shut up." He tells Gunther, "Go fuck yourself." He tells Gunther, do some shit. Like make him like a badass. He
won't tell you to go fuck yourself because WWE will just bleep it out.
Right. Well, actually, they didn't bleep it out when Cody told The Rock to go fuck himself.
No, but they bleeped out Brock Lesnar's shirt from Monday night on the Raw. Yeah. Look, I don't know. You cut talent to bring new talent in. When these guys go to the indies, they make noise, right? Like you got Killer Cross out there making noise. You got Enzo Amore out there making noise. You had Matt Cardona out there making noise.
Because they were already established with WWE. Because people are so...
Right, but so is Baron Corbin. But these guys are making noise on the indies. I don't think I heard really much of Bishop Dwyer doing anything on the indies other than when he was in MLW and they started doing this whole contract dispute thing because he's part of the tag team with Dijak. It's like he's not making waves out. Like you had Matt Cardona get released and he went out there and turned himself into the indie god.
Yeah.
I know. Look,
Deathmatch.
Yeah, you had all this stuff with him. Killer Cross is doing the same thing.
Look,
even Enzo Amore utilized social media and his ability to talk shit to get over.
Matt, it's like the equivalent to like minor leagues. You got a dude that friggin' lighting up the minor leagues and then bring him up to the major and he sucks. You get a dude that's a subpar player and he becomes the big superstar. Maybe like I said, maybe this time around, maybe he does something. Maybe he'll push the meter. Well,
on our fedora with fucking slot machine music and 3
months. No more. I don't think we'll get that anymore. No. I think he's gonna be a badass. He's gonna go try. He's gonna get that belt. He's gonna fight Trick Williams at SummerSlam for that belt. That's what's gonna happen. Or maybe a triple threat. Him, Carmelo, and
I mean, poor Carmelo Hayes. You put that dude and you just jump him to give the title match right to Baron Corbin. No thanks.
You got to make a statement.
Go bore an NXT crowd. I don't need
to bring back Booze.
Okay, so you're not going to give him a chance. Got it.
No, I'm going to give him a chance if they put him in a storyline. But like I said, I have a bad taste in my mouth from years of watching Corbin on my TV and get pushed and not
a couple of times to make him say, okay, I submit. I'll give him a chance.
No, I just, dude, he hasn't been gone that long. How long has he been gone from WWE?
A few years.
A couple of years.
Exactly.
Look, if you put him, I'm telling you, put him in the tag team title with freaking goddamn Braun Breaker and have that chemistry like he had in NXT, it will work.
Here's where I'm going to get angry because I don't want to.
You don't want to recycle it. You don't want to recycle everything.
Right. I don't want to recycle everything. And you had a guy, and we're going to talk about him in a minute, and Matt Cardona, who legitimately went on the indies and made a fucking name for himself. And now you bring him in to be nothing but a perennial fucking loser. But you want to bring in boring ass Corbin, a guy that you got rid of, and everyone was like, okay, bye. And you're automatically going to throw him in United States Championship picture. Why? Why is it that you can't let Matt Cardona fucking cook to the point where you're like, oh, well, we're disappointed because we didn't bring him back as Zack Ryder. And now we're going to use Danhausen to turn him back into Zack Ryder. But you've got a guy who's a proven bona fide star who drew on the indies, who recreated himself, made himself the deathmatch king, went to every goddamn indie promotion and won a championship. And you're going to have him be a perennial loser, but you're going to bring this fucking bum back in and automatically throw him into the to the United States Championship picture. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I'm just going to say this. I am Baron Corbin.
You are Baron Corbin? What a fucking perennial loser. Is that what you're trying to say? Are you trying to say you're a perennial loser?
I am Baron Corbin. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Merrick, was it Merrick VMK? Was it?
It's a bot. That's a bot. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just where I stand on Baron Corbin. Dude, it's not his fault. It's not. I'll admit it's not his fault. It's creative. But if creative can't get their head out of their ass to help Matt Cardona, but they're going to fucking thrust this dude right into the mid-card picture, why? What are we doing? Why?
I'm pretty sure Matt Cardona's going to be at Saturday night's main event to help out Danhausen, so we'll just see what happens there.
It's going to be Enzo Amore.
No, because he already confirmed August 3rd.
No, that was just Big Cass.
It's going to be both. It's going to be both.
No, I think they're separate. I think they're going to debut them separately. I think there's going to be a workup to them becoming a tag team again.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. We'll talk about it when we do our recap or our predictions for Saturday main event. Our next topic here, we're going to turn our attention to SummerSlam. And SummerSlam seems to be in big trouble, which has a lot of people questioning if, once again, I feel like this is like a bi-weekly thing now. Almost any other era, given the price of the tickets, this would be seen as a healthy advance with over 2 weeks to go. But it's well below other stadiums' WWE events. WrestleMania in Las Vegas earlier this year drew fewer fans than the year before, but that was written off as in great part as being due to doing the same venue 2 years in a row. And the fact that CM Punk, remember, they took the belt off of Sammy because Sammy doesn't draw. Punk draws more money. Well, WrestleTix says they've only seen 711 tickets sold for night one and 633 additional tickets sold for night two after WWE pulled the trigger to put the belt on Sammy. Well, are we worried about SummerSlam, and should Triple H be in the hot seat, or is this just people trying to make something out of nothing here?
I'm not worried. It's not affecting me. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. What's going to happen is they can't sell tickets. All the big pay-per-views are going to go to freaking goddamn Saudi Arabia. That's what's going to happen just to get a payday for each of those. Now, look, I'm telling you, I'm not going to say it's wrestling fatigue. You know, it's just that there's a lot of people out there that are really upset that the way things go. Like, you're pushing the Reigns and freaking Seth Rollins fight. You freaking totally pushed out Dean Ambrose. You know, like Dean Ambrose never existed to the Shield. But you had him on somebody like when they were showing like the little like the events that were going on. They had Dean Ambrose there. they moved him quick because he's part of the thing. You're talking about the ending of the Shields forever with this. This is what the headline is. You push an agenda and you don't even know your own story. You know, Roman Reigns did defeat Seth Rollins. It's not like did he defeat him as the tribal chief? Did he, all these different things? It's like you're building this up as a must. Don't get me wrong. I like Seth Rollins. I like Roman Reigns. And they always put on a good show, no matter what. Tag team, freaking goddamn solo, freaking a three-way, a four-way, wherever you put them in, it's always great to see that chemistry going. But we all know that he's not winning the belt because they already freaking spoiled it, saying that Roman Reigns is going to have the belt for a while. He ain't giving up that belt. So if the case was where that he was going to lose the belt, you bring in a freaking Zilla Fatu to help Roman Reigns keep the belt, and then you have that story going on. You keep Seth Rollins in the Bloodline story for the time being. But like I said, they're going to keep Seth Rollins is staying in the Bloodline storyline until the Survivor Series when they have War Games.
War Games.
Yeah. Just for a little comparison, they sold last year's SummerSlam drew 50,493 on Saturday and 58,186 on Sunday.
What were the main events again?
What's that?
What was the
main
events?
Oh, I can't remember the main events of SummerSlam last year.
I'll pull it up.
That's why, it's not memorable. But still, the cheapest ticket for SummerSlam this year is $76, and the most expensive is in the thousands of dollars.
All right, so the main event for SummerSlam was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight.
Oh, that's why you're John Cena's last hurrah. So of course they're going to sell a bunch of tickets for people to see that.
And Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk in Roman Reigns, I believe.
Okay, so you had this. So Seth Rollins is going to be heading.
I thought that was Mania. That was
sorry. So it's just Seth Rollins and CM Punk. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, all right. So Seth Rollins. So those are the two main events, right? Night 1 and 2.
Well, sorry. So sorry. So CM Punk and Gunther. Then Seth Rollins cashed in against Punk.
Oh, that's right. That's where Punk beat Gunther, and then Seth came back from his fake injury.
Yeah. Okay. So you got that. Now you have Seth Rollins again fighting Roman Reigns. You know what? Remember back in the day, back in the Attitude Era, Stone Cold used to fight the Undertaker fight The Rock, the same thing over and over again, and they even made fun of it, saying, "How many times are you gonna have the same match over and over and over and over again?" This is like Seth Rollins and fucking Roman Reigns. How many matches? Like you have to have the same match over and over and over again. But Seth Rollins has been a thorn of Roman Reigns' side since the beginning of the Shield. So if you really think about it, if they truly going to end this, which, like I said, it's not going to end like this because it's Survivor Series. They had their 5-on-5 they're going to have against the Bloodline. So, but I don't know. You're struggling selling tickets because ticket prices were too damn high to begin with. Now you're starting to drop tickets, and people don't want them. I think the fans are like revolting against the WWE for what they've done.
I don't think it's revolting. I think it's the fact that we started at the top of our show about it. Yeah. We are 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. 2 weeks away from SummerSlam. What is the SummerSlam card? Money's tight for everyone. Groceries are up. Gas prices are up. The dollar doesn't go as far as it did. You're asking people to buy blindly into your SummerSlam pay-per-view when they don't know what they're getting. You ask people to buy blindly into a Saturday Night Main Event in Madison Square Garden, and look what dog shit you're giving them.
I know. You know what? Listen, a
2-night SummerSlam. We've got Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. That's worth your price of admission alone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then you're getting Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Yeah, they're going to put on a hell of a show, but at this point, does anybody still care? And you're going to get CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. they're going to put on a hell of a show too. But you already know Cody's not winning the belt. You know Seth's not winning the belt. So therefore, you're most unpredictable.
And you know Obafemi's winning.
Versus Brock Lesnar. But yeah, Obafemi's winning that match too.
So there's only been 6 matches announced that's been confirmed. So as you already mentioned, the championship matches and the Hell in a Cell match.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Liv Morgan versus EO.
That's right. I forgot about Liv Morgan versus EO.
Penta versus Chad Gable. And then the 6-man tag with
No,
LA
Chad
Solo Royce versus the Bloodline.
Right, which both of those were just announced on Raw on Monday night.
So you'll probably get tomorrow night. You'll probably get the 2 more matches. And then
you can already. I mean, you could probably just fucking lock in Nick Aldis versus Gunther.
Yeah, and then you're gonna probably get the
Trick Williams versus Born Corbin. I'm just gonna call him Bjorn. He doesn't need to be called Baron. He's gonna be Bjorn Corbin.
You're gonna probably have the Vision.
That's not fair. I want to like Baron Corbin. I don't know.
Are you gonna get freaking Damian Priest and freaking R-Truth versus the Viking Raiders?
No, I think you're gonna get that at Triple Mania.
Okay.
Or Worlds Collide. I think you get that at Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Are they gonna come out and throw in that stipulation? Hi, Eric. Are they gonna come out and throw in a stipulation that that Brock Lesnar is gonna retire? I thought the natural progression of where we're going with this.
But I thought that Obafemi would have said that last when he walked into talking to Pierce about that. I thought that maybe he would mention something about that. But like I said, the speculation of him freaking giving up his championship freaking match against Roman Reigns is because Brock Lesnar was going to ruin it for him. Made no freaking sense whatsoever.
So stupid. It's the dumbest way to get away from that.
And that's going to be my worst. That's going to be my freaking when we do the shows later on. That's my worst because what were they thinking? That's definitely what I think. But
because that literally screams that they went on their burner accounts and they listened to IWC shows like this and heard how stupid everyone thought it was and questioning like, what do you do? What's the difference between Money in the Bank and this now? You're going to have 2 people running around with guaranteed title matches. And so they just were like, oh no, we didn't even realize we backed ourselves into a corner. We need to pivot out of this. And we're just going to make it where Obafemi's like, you know what? I'm not going to go for a championship because Brock Lesnar is going to cost me anyways. If you're a big badass like Obafemi's being portrayed as, why would you care? Why didn't you just be like, all right, I'll deal with that road when it comes to it. Like, I'll take out Brock. I'll beat Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in the same night. You know, like, come on. That's the worst excuse I've ever seen.
I know. When I heard that on Monday night, I was like, what? What?
It's like the poop that was a pee of an excuse. All right. Moving on here. I kind of already ranted on this, but backstage update on Zack Ryder's WWE future. People within the company, when they brought in Matt Cardona, they wanted him to come in as Zack Ryder. He did for one night and then switched to Matt Cardona. And now they're wanting him to go back to Zack Ryder because they think it'll help his trajectory. I'm going to start with this one. I don't think it's a trajectory problem, WWE Creative. It's a fucking creative problem. You're not using Matt Cardona the way Matt Cardona should be used. He even said so himself that we haven't seen that Deathmatch King version of Matt Cardona in WWE. We haven't seen the Indie God version of Matt Cardona in WWE because creative won't let him. You are creatively failing him, just like I think you're going to do with Baron Corbin. So, switching him to Zack Ryder isn't going to make a lick of a difference. A name change doesn't make a lick of a difference if you're not going to creatively give him something to work with.
Yep.
You have literally had him come in and say he wants a shot at the championship. Give him it. Quit putting him with Danhausen. We don't need him to go back to Zack Ryder. You're going to just make him even more of a loser as Zack Ryder because that's what Zack Ryder was. He was your perennial loser.
Hey, he won a championship.
Okay, in a ladder match that he lost like 2 days later.
Still won it.
Okay. All right, we're going to just give out consolation prizes, huh? That's like saying you're a champion because you got a 5th place ribbon in your Little League game.
I'm just trying to negate all this negativity. That's it.
I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative. I'm a Matt Cardona fan. I want to see Matt Cardona succeed. I want to see Matt Cardona as your WWE champion or heavyweight champion. I want to see him pull it off. Give Matt Cardona a chance. He proved to you on the indies he can do it. And that was my whole argument is Matt Cardona went out to the indies and proved himself, and Baron Corbin didn't. But you're going to thrust Baron Corbin into the middle of the mid-card scene, and Matt Cardona is just going to sit here and be a perennial loser. He's won one match since he's been back, and that was against Ricky Saints?
Yep.
Like, the fuck are we doing here? But go ahead, guys. What do you guys think of them switching Matt Cardona back to Zack Ryder?
I'm telling you, you put him back to Zack Ryder, you tag him up with freaking LA Knight Rider. But you know what? Like I said, when he was Zack Ryder, you know, there was a fun. He became the TV champion. You know, was it the YouTube champion or the TV champion? What was the
internet champion?
Internet.
That they had that time, you know, and it was a fun ride. But seeing him as Matt Cardona, as the indie god, that's what you should have in there. You know, look, he wanted to come back to WWE. He kind of knew what he was getting himself into going back to WWE. Yes, they haven't had a chance to see it. Creative hasn't given them that chance to shine. You know, but that's the MO of the creative and WWE. You know, they
banger matches with Shotzi Blackheart, for God's sakes. Make him go heel. Let him go heel. You need heels. He can do it.
Dude, listen, the Lucha Underground, they would never do shit like. Do you know if they did stuff like the Lucha Underground, how crazy the crowds would be, how many arenas would sell out, how many places would sell out? They wouldn't be freaking struggling the tickets if they had matches like those. But they choose to play it safe. They choose to be PG. They choose to freaking, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't say this. Block out freaking goddamn chants if a person gets released. Freaking goddamn add in freaking cheering when the place is booing. Add in people, AI people in seats when the seats are empty. That's what they do. You know, and it sucks. But I don't know.
I think it's more name recognition. That's the only reason why they're doing it, because they think, hey, Zack Ryder's back. But with the Zack Ryder name, it's already been affected with negative connotations with it, because they know he was just more of a jobber than anything, like he is now. If they kept
breaks my heart.
No.
With the Matt Cardona name, he could start brand new with a new persona, and not go back to like the whole Long Island Ice Z bullshit.
Please no. Please no.
Him tanning.
He's already tanned enough.
Long Island.
Laundry Jim tanning.
Because with, like I said, with this, if he kept Matt Cardona, it would be a fresh new start for him. But it looks like even now it's just back to the same old shit, just a different name.
You know, hey, look, Sticks. You can even have that. You could have a your partner and have a tag team championship with your partner.
But he doesn't need a tag team partner because he has the charisma to do it.
I know, I'm just saying, but if he had his wife, like say him and Chelsea Green got together, you could have them as a tag team.
So you want to be like a power couple like Seth and Becky?
Yeah, but you can there's a tag team championship for mixed couples.
Yeah, AAA.
I know, but I'm saying you should do that in WWE. Have something like that. Make things exciting so you can change things up. Hey, look,
it's possible when they do Worlds Collide.
You know, it comes down to this. We sit here week after week talking about seeing the same fucking people in the mid card, the same people in the title scene, the same this and that. It's WWE Creative is letting these wrestlers down. Shake it up. Why are you so afraid to let Matt Cardona into the main event scene? Because you're afraid he's going to succeed.
Let him go into a street fight and let him show who he actually is.
And then you have to do something with him after he succeeds. Or you can just let him go to the Gunther route and completely drop the ball on that. Or the Braun Breaker route and completely drop the ball on that. Let these guys cook. Let them succeed.
You see, they're afraid. They're afraid because they're afraid of the backlash they would get on certain things. People get offended by the way things act. People get offended if you say,
Dom, are you a plagiarizer?
What?
Sticks is accusing you of plagiarizing and stealing his.
No, I just said I said Sticks was saying that. I said Sticks brought that up.
Sticks, you said Dom's reading my posts.
I said Sticks was saying that. That's what Sticks said. Do that. That's a good idea. It's just look, they don't want to take chances. They're afraid to take chances.
I don't know. I don't know, Brandon. After your whole Danhausen stable comment earlier, I don't know if you would cook on creative.
Look, I was watching a 5-minute video on DX on YouTube, and I was watching DX, and they were freaking showing the highlights of DX. The shit that they did, man. The crowd, the freaking it was WD was rocking back in the Attitude Era, rocking. You had WCW that actually pushed them to that because the freaking if it wasn't for Kevin Nash and
Scott
Hall going to WCW, that would have never happened. It only happened because they went to WCW. That's what they need to do. They need to reinvent themselves. Do that. Hey, look, this whole PG fucking shit, you gotta end it. You gotta end the PG shit.
But our sponsors.
If the sponsors, the hell with fucking sponsors. You had sponsors. Listen, you know what the funny thing is? They had sponsors for all the important things, even though they were freaking doing crazy ass segments on the show back in the 90s, in the Attitude Era, in the early 2000s.
It's a different age, sir.
I know it's a different age, but you know what? You gotta fucking get off your ass and say, you know what? I don't give two shits anymore. Let's make the shit rock.
It doesn't have to be violent. Like, it doesn't have to be like it was in the Attitude Era. They could rock in the PG era. It's just all about pushing the right people, giving us the right storylines. Stop regurgitating garbage. Stop going back to Roman Reigns in the bloodline because you don't want to make new stories.
Well, listen, the whole reason why they went back to the bloodline because they improperly ended it when it ended the first time.
Who cares? They did a great job of ending it.
I know
it should have ended at WrestleMania when Cody beat Roman for the title with all the help. It should have ended there. It should have not continued on. There should have been no Bloodline 2.0. There should have been no MFTs. It should have ended right there. Plain and simple. I like Solo too, but he's great as a solo act. He doesn't need his family. He's a great heel. I think he's a great heel. He was great in NXT on his own.
He was actually very funny in NXT when they had him when he was rocking in NXT.
He's so funny now.
He is funny. He is. It's just the chemistry between him and freaking LA Knight is going to be funny. That's going to be a good. I'm looking forward to that. And of course, put Royce Keys, but more Solo and LA Knight. It's going to be funny with both the way they both are. That's going to be a funny thing to see. But other than that, like the whole bloodline thing, look, they want to continue the bloodline thing because it's sold. It's freaking sold, freaking merchandise. It sold. It put asses in seats, and people liked it. Sami Zayn. Do you think Sami Zayn's going to go back to the freaking goddamn bloodline now?
No.
He has no ties to him right now.
Yeah.
Other than he's the honorary Uce.
Yeah, exactly.
That got stripped away.
Well, it's stripped away now because he lost the belt.
I mean, you got great talent. You got Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona fucking jobbing out. You got Johnny Gargano fucking planking in the back.
I actually think he's going to start getting out of it. I think CM Punk is going to get him out of it.
You're wasting talent. No, they're going to have him do that until his contract's up and he goes to AEW and wins a championship over there. And then you want to thrust someone like Baron Corbin, I keep going back to this, into the mid-card. You have players. You're just not utilizing them. That's all it is. It's not – you're openly admitting that you have a player in Jordan Grace who proved in TNA that she was a player, so much so that you wanted her, and she was a player in NXT. Then you bring her over to WWE, and you shelve her because you have nothing for her.
Meanwhile,
that is a creative problem. And the fact that WWE is refusing, Triple H, who is your head of creative, is refusing to address the creative problem. Until they address the creative problem, there's always going to be a creative issue. And people are always not going to buy tickets to your product because you're putting on a dog shit product and saying it's all right. You're going to just consume it anyways.
But you know what the sad thing is? The sad thing is that they bring in all these players, they bring these people in, and all the players that have no creative, there's no creative direction for them, get the back seat when they bring the new players in. Like Mike Santana comes into the fold, he's definitely going to be in a major role because Mike Santana, because he's high in the thing. You get guys like look, you get push
horse shit. That's what it is, Brennan. Literally, a horse walked in the room, took a shit on the floor, and they're like, "Hey, that's Saturday Night Main Event."
It's the go home show before it's the last pay-per-view before SummerSlam.
I need to stop before I give myself an aneurysm. And I don't want to be negative. I want to come on here and be positive and be like, yo, I love where we're at in professional wrestling. Can you believe how so-and-so did? That match was incredible. I will give you an example. Can you believe the gauntlet match on Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental Championship?
Penta and Javon Evans, that was freaking goddamn. That was a banger. That was a banger. That was the highlight of freaking Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm. But everybody knew the gauntlet match was going to be great.
Dude, the downside, my boy Ethan Page got the dirty end of the stick again.
Shortest match in the list of Chad Gable.
I know. Fucking goddamn the ankle lock, the freaking goddamn Kurt Angle ankle lock.
Look at AAA. Look at all the time they invested in El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano, leading to a mass versus match. That was fucking cinema to the point that it's still being talked about and compared to today. Why is it okay? Why is it that the AAA writers can get that and Undertaker can book that shit, but whatever WWE is doing on your main product, you can't do that. Whatever Triple H is doing on his main product, he can't do that.
You need a change. Time for a change.
Shake up, you say?
You need to get rid of Bruce Pritchard. You need to get rid of Michael Hayes. Get rid of these old heads. Bring some new people in, and let's get this shit rocking again. Let's get WWE back to where it needs to be.
Yep.
I want unpredictability. You can give us unpredictability, but we're there like, man, like, I don't know where this could go either way. Not where you're like, oh, this is what happens, this is what happens, and then we're sitting here circle jerking each other in our comment or our chats because we're like, hey, I called that. Who talked about it? You know, who called that? You know, I don't know, but all right. That's it for our top rope takes. It's supposed to be 2 minutes, but it was a fucking hour and a half. I'm going to hand things over to Dirty Dom to tell us what the dirt sheets are talking about this week. Dom, what's the street saying about
there's a couple of things. Like they have, like you see Sheamus. Sheamus put on some size. He
looks jacked, properly jacked.
He looks jacked. It's a shame that they wanted to give him the 50%, asking for a 50% pay cut, and you want to go it, and they're letting him go. See, Sheamus is another example of you're letting a star go. Yes, he's an older star, but he still brings people in to see. There's still people who like him, cheer for him. You know, you're letting all these guys go like that, and you want to bring in new talent, but you're not. The creative sucks. You're not, and for some reason, you know, it pisses me off that I like Sheamus. I thought that Sheamus could have retired in the WWE, and he could have went through the end. But understanding that this day and age, you don't want to take a pay cut. You don't want to friggin' lose money. You know, you're putting yourself on the line day in and day out. But you got that. Then there was another one that we were talking about. Braun Breaker, like I said, the Braun Breaker thing. He's unhappy with.
Good, he should be. He should be.
Because he was on top of the world. He was stated to win the Royal Rumble. He was stated to freaking goddamn go to the championship match. But whose fault is that? Is that creative or it's him?
Both. And I think he needs to look in the mirror and understand that it's about 50-50. It's 50% creative, and it's 50% the fact that he can't keep dropping himself and other people on their heads.
Yeah. And look, LA Knight, the same thing. LA Knight has a problem, but LA Knight doesn't fall on his head. LA Knight, he
chokes on gum.
Yeah, exactly.
Chokes on gum.
we seen it looked like we seen the end of the Vision with Paul Heyman on Monday Night Raw.
And now they're gonna have Maxine Dupree be the leader of that group.
And that's the thing. She's gonna be like a leader of valet towards that. And you got rid of Killer Cross and Scarlett because you didn't want her as a valet to him, this and that. Meanwhile, she's winning matches over there in the freaking indie scene too.
Well, she also wanted to wrestle as well, which kind of return as well.
So it's like it makes no sense, but I don't know. I think now when Bronson Reed comes back, does he fit in the division?
No.
Lance.
No, and I hope Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are not part of the division when he comes back.
You just want him to be a Braun tag team?
They don't even have to be a tag team. They should just be singles.
So what do you do with Joey Lawrence? Logan Paul.
Who?
I call him Joey Lawrence because somebody else calls him Joey Lawrence. With Logan Paul. Like Logan Paul when he comes back. You know what? Have him stay. Have him stay though. Actually, you know what? Have Maxine.
Logan Paul is, I think him being in the division is doing him a disservice. He's an incredible talent. He should be back in the mid card. He should be facing down for the Intercontinental Championship. He should be in the WWE Championship title picture. He's an amazing talent. And the fact that they put him with the Vision is just hurting him.
They need a mouthpiece, so they kind of need him.
Yeah, but he's not. It's doing him no service. He's hurt now, so it's like, all right, cool. You know,
but he's still there as a mouthpiece. There wasn't much in stories, for the dirt sheets this week. I looked; it was kind of quiet. But the Enzo stuff, the big cast coming in, that they're spoiling a lot of the return to some people. Like we don't know, and like we'll see. We'll see that. So the rumors are still swirling around that Paul Heyman is going to become the general manager of SmackDown. So,
like I told you, I fully expect Nick Aldis tomorrow night on SmackDown to relinquish, because they're already talking about how Adam Pearce is going to be instated as the interim GM of SmackDown again tomorrow night. So I think he's going to fully revoke or recede his GM status to become an active wrestler to be able to face Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yep, no, you're right. I think so.
Not sure if this was talked about, but I'm not sure if you saw the tweet from Moose that he's leaving TNA.
No, I did not see that.
When was that? I didn't see that.
Is he being released, or? I think his contract's up, so I'm not sure where he's going to go, or if he's just going to retire. But there's also, of course, remember that Keith Lee's retiring as well.
Well, Keith Lee said that himself. He is retired.
Okay. And he's divorced from Michin. Michin divorced.
Yeah, Keith Lee hasn't wrestled in like 3 years. He hasn't wrestled since COVID.
Yeah. But those are pretty much the most news I saw so far. Yeah, I was kind of surprised by the whole Moose thing, though.
Well, it's a slow news week when people are choosing to talk about Michin and Keith Lee getting divorced.
Yeah. You know what? Moose at one time was eyed by the WWE too to come. They need big guys in the WWE right now. They don't have that many big guys.
He did work in NXT for a couple stints.
Do you bring Moose in and just have him be like Bobby Lashley 2.0? Is that what you're gonna do?
I think he's a better spear than Bobby, but that's just me.
He's a better what than Bobby?
Better spear.
Well, the spear's everybody's got a spear now.
Oh, I know. Plus all the performance of the said spear.
I mean, my big question is, do you guys see that since Moana is bombing, the live action Moana is bombing, and The Rock has all but been ousted as a Hollywood draw, the speculation has started with him coming back to WWE all of a sudden?
Hey. Yeah, maybe.
So who knows what's going to be done with that. But all right, that's all you got for the dirt sheets this week?
That's all I got, yeah.
All right, now it's time for our 3 count. Before we get into the 3 count, do you guys want to do our picks for Saturday Night Main Event?
Yeah, let's do the picks.
Yeah, let's do that.
I thought we were going to do any picks on that. I thought that we just let it go because I don't think it was going to be a big time thing. Wait the SummerSlam. Those are the picks. But Saturday Night Main Event, like I said, the only thing I see changing hands is the women's tag team championships.
It's not that nobody asked for these live action flips. They didn't. I think they misstepped with Moana because they just had Moana 2 in theaters. I want to say last year it was last year. And then now they're going to, or maybe it was the year before. I don't know. They just had Moana 2 in theaters, and now you're just automatically going back to there. So I think they went back to it too quick, and it's pretty familiar and oversaturated subject matter. So people didn't care to go to the live action.
The girl who plays Moana as her father was friggin' Padme Amidala's right hand, the captain of security in Attack of the Clones. The guy, the actor, that's his daughter.
All right, let's get into giving our Saturday Night Main Event match card picks. First up, Styx, thank you for this, of course, as always. First up, Styx has the OTC and the King of New York, the Mecca. Jalen Bronson is being invited to Saturday Night Main Event by Roman Reigns. Do you guys think anything comes of this, or what comes of this?
He gets speared. Superman punch.
Nah. I know something's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be that.
You think he's going to become an honorary use?
He's apparently coming in off of, didn't he just have surgery or something on an injury? Or he's going to be having surgery for an injury, Jalen Bronson?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he?
That's what I've heard.
Well, listen, maybe he becomes an honorary use. He gets his jersey, a Nick jersey.
I mean, that's possible because Roman Reigns did send him a title belt when the Knicks won the championship.
With his signature.
With his signature on it, yes. So I think that maybe Roman Reigns is just he's just going there to acknowledge Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna try and do this thing where, I wonder if it's gonna be like maybe Jey Uso did with that rapper at Mania where they got in a confrontation. Maybe it's gonna be where Roman Reigns calls him out and Roman Reigns tries to big dog him and make Jalen Brunson acknowledge Roman as the one true champion in New York or something like that. It's just going to be some kind of like fucking dick measuring ego pissing contest is kind of what I'm getting the feeling of.
I just think somebody's going to come out, confront Jalen and Roman, and that's going to be it. And of course, the person that comes is going to get their ass beat by Roman. That's it.
You're going to have Tyrese Halliburton come out and confront both of them since he's a big WWE guy.
And what's his name from the Pacers, the guy, what's the guy?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Literally what I just said, Dom.
I'm sorry. Dude, my mind is a shot, man. I'm burnt, man.
It's all good. But
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nothing comes of this.
He just acknowledges them, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a throw. It's just because they're in New York and Danhausen's being a big thing there.
Be a part of the.
It's just showcasing Jalen Brunson in New York City.
Yeah, probably. He probably acknowledged. He'll probably give him. Maybe he gave him the belt. Maybe you'll see the belt. Give it to him on TV. Like they'll redo the belt thing.
It's just nice, a nice little global handy for
the new king of New York.
Winning the championship. So
I agree.
We're all in agreement that nothing's happening with this.
I'm still.
Styx thinks that. No, never mind. I'll get to there because I read his pick wrong. So, all right. Moving on. Danhausen versus JD McDonough. No disqualification. I didn't know this was a no disqualification match all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Styx is picking Danhausen. He thinks that Jalen Bronson is going to interfere in this match. How do you see this match going, Eric?
So I think it's going to be Danhausen. And with the interference of Dom, Cardona is going to come out to even the playing field. And this is JD's still cursed. Danhausen's going to win.
And this is where Dirty Dom gets his mind wiped and he becomes good.
What about you, Dom? How do you think this is going?
I think Danhausen wins. Danhausen wins exactly with Matt coming out to help. Or you could have an appearance of Enzo Amore coming out, to do something.
That's where I'm going. I'm going Danhausen picking up the victory. Dirty Dom's going to get involved, and Enzo Amore is going to come out.
So we got the same thing with just different people, huh?
Yeah. There's going to be interference in this match. We all know it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, no
And
DQ.
when Danhausen is on the phone with someone, and he's like, I've got back up in New York, and he's a real one. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So
You're gonna hit that. Dun, 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 dun. You're soft and slappy. You're gonna hear that fucking smoker's voice go off, and Enzo's gonna come out to make the save, and he's gonna make Dominic Mysterio eat defeat.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right, Danhausen is across the board. We're all Danhausen and across the board.
Danhausen.
Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. Here's an interesting thing with this match. Explain to me why they basically just took Bayley's split personality gimmick and just gave it to Lyra.
Yes.
They had Lyra come in and get Bayley out of that persona just for Lyra to take over that persona.
It made no sense.
She's like the crazy bird lady from Home Alone 2.
She actually looked like the friggin' Ring coming out of the well. The way she was dressed on Monday night.
Caterpillars and all.
Yeah. The blue hair.
So, Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. I'm going to go with Bayley here. She's on the way. Her contract is up soon. I think Bayley is going to start getting a lot of attention because WWE is going to want to resign her. So I think she's going to start getting a big push. I'm going to take Bayley over Lyra here.
I will counterattack and take Lyra. I think Lyra wins.
Styx is taking Bayley as well. You're taking Lyra. What about you, Eric?
I am taking Lyra with the assistance of Tatum Paxley.
Oh, you think Tatum Paxley is going to come get involved, huh?
Oh, nice.
She hasn't been seen ever since she lost, and that's the only way I can think of it right now.
Well, actually, no, she's been seen. She's been seen in NXT. She's been in the picture. She got speared.
Yeah, wasn't she on NXT last week?
Yeah, she's been there.
She was in the gauntlet match or Fatal 4-Way or whatever it was for the Women's North America Championship.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so she's been. I think that
I'm just saying that since Reina now took her out after the show went off.
Well, I actually look. I'm gonna look at it this way. I don't think there's gonna be interference in the match. I think it's just gonna be a straight out, and Lyra's gonna win. She's gonna try to Bayley's gonna talk to her. Then she's gonna be okay, and then all of a sudden she's gonna freaking take out Bayley after she gets Bayley's guard down.
She's gonna do crocodile tears.
Yeah. Yep.
Crocodile tears. All right, so I'm taking Bayley. Styx is taking Bayley, and Dom and Eric are both on Lyra. But Eric's going for that extra with Lyra via interference from Tatum Paxley. Next up, we have Paige and Brie Bella versus Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed for the Women's WWE Tag Team Championship.
I will go first on this. They can lose their belts. Freaking goddamn Fatal Influence is going to win. Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed, they're going to win. They're going to beat them, and this is what's going to happen because Brie Bella is going to be coming out. Not Brie, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella comes out.
Yep, that's exactly where I was going. That they're going to lose this belt because Nikki Bella is rumored to be close to being coming back, and it's a great way for them to have Paige and Brie break up, and then you're going to get that Brie and Nikki heel turn where they're going to turn on Paige after they lose the belts. So yeah, I'm taking Fatal Influence as well.
So I wish I could enjoy you guys' optimism because I really want Fatal Influence to win. I just know that Paige and Brie Bella are going to keep being champions probably until SummerSlam.
I mean, I'm right there with you because you call right back to nobody loses a championship on Saturday event.
But I think they're going to lose the belts on here. I think that
because this is the only championship that's on the line.
Because think about it. You got to think about it. It's a snooze fest. You got to have some kind of excitement. You have a shocker that they lose the belts.
To be honest, this whole again, here goes my negativity. This whole night is going to be a fucking snooze fest for me.
Listen, look, they lose the belts, right? They go to SummerSlam to fight. This is where friggin' Nikki comes out. Nikki's going to come out in SummerSlam and take out Paige. And that's what's going to have that problem. But they're going to lose, and they're gonna refight them in SummerSlam. They're going to fight them in SummerSlam, and that's where Nikki comes back and, like I said, takes her out.
I can see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, I want to be like, yeah, you're right. I just, do you really think that there's enough play here to replay this match at SummerSlam? Because the next,
If it's a wonk finish, then yes.
It's a no-brainer that Fatal Influence is going to win these titles, unless JC Jane gets involved and Nikki comes back to even him.
That's the thing.
That's what I think is. See, that's where I think it goes. I think Paige and Brie lose the belts, and they're gonna have a triple threat at SummerSlam where it's gonna be Paige, Brie, and Nikki versus Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
6-woman tag team.
Yeah.
And that's where the Bellas attack Paige.
Yeah, that's when they turn on Paige, because Paige will eat the pin or something. But that's where I'm at, man. I don't know. I don't know which way to go on this one, because your gut tells you nobody loses championships and
yeah, nobody loses champions. But sometimes I think they got to spice things up. They know it's not a good event. It's Madison Square Garden. They're gonna have some kind of excitement.
Yeah. Man.
At these points, I pray to be wrong.
Man.
I pray that you're wrong too.
Thank you.
But all right, I'll lock it in with Fatal Influence winning. I'll eat it. I'll make my triumphant victory at SummerSlam. It's all right. Then we have Cody Rhodes and CM Punk versus Sami Zayn and Gunther in a tag team match.
Well, we all know it's going to be CM Punk and Rhodes winning because Nick Aldis is going to attack Gunther.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to take Cody Rhodes and CM Punk over Sami Zayn and Gunther as well.
I think we're all in agreement on this then.
Yep.
It's a wash.
It is a wash.
Question,
where does Sammy go from here, though?
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. With Sammy, he's the wild card. Like, who is he gonna face unless Randy Orton comes back?
Well, we're gonna put Randy though.
Because he has Sammy at SummerSlam.
Just random rivalry.
Yeah, like he comes back and he. So I don't know, because remember because before Randy went out injured, Sammy, they kept having conversations, him and Sammy. You remember back a few SmackDowns, there was like that Sammy was always talking to Randy, even when Randy attacked Cody and stuff like that. So there's something there if Randy comes back. Like I said, no, but I see Randy coming back at SummerSlam and interfering with the Cody Rhodes and CM Punk feud, because remember their feud never ended, him and Cody yet, and that's why I think CM Punk keeps the belt at SummerSlam. So.
Yeah, because I think it ended at what's it?
Pat McAfee. Yeah, we're thinking Pat McAfee got lost and came in. He got freaking stunned. I mean, he got RKO'd. So, but Nick Aldis is definitely interfering with Gunther.
100%. 100%. All right, that's our Saturday main event picks. We'll see who's the off the mat championship. Oh, I forgot to give Styx's pick for Saturday night main event. Let me get that back up. Styx is picking Rhodes and Punk, and Styx also took Fatal Influence. So,
okay,
there you go. Styx says Sammy needs to go on a buzzsaw tour through the roster leading into WrestlePalooza or Survivor Series against whoever the champion is at the time.
Yeah. Maybe.
I see Sammy winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Money in the Bank.
Maybe that's how you get Sammy back in the Bloodline storyline, is you have Sammy win Money in the Bank and maybe he tries to surprise cash in on Roman and fails.
Yeah, could be. Maybe you have that down the road. I don't know. It can go many ways, but that'd be that'd be too much. That's too much good storytelling for creatives to freaking to work on.
Too much effort.
Yeah, too much effort. Exactly.
Feeble minds. All right, now we're going to get into our 3 count where we give our recap of this week in professional wrestling with our best moments, worst moments, and what were they thinking most of the night. And we're going to start with Friday Night SmackDown from last Friday. And we'll kick it to Eric. Eric, do you want to give us your best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night from Friday Night SmackDown last week?
Trying to recollect. So, best moment was straight up the Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes match up until Baron Corbin came through. Worse because they have a good chemistry and they put on a pretty damn good match. Worst moment, just still this whole feud with Jade Cargill and her baddies with Charlotte and Alexa. Right now it's really doing nothing for me, and it's just leading up to nowhere. Well, scratch that. I'll put that in what were they thinking? Because, like I said, it's going nowhere. Worst segment was the promo with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. That was just a boring ass promo. I'm sorry. It was just so stale.
Yeah, that's my what were they thinking is really they're giving us this Cody Punk match with no build up, no stakes, no nothing. It was just tossed together and like literally Cody Rhodes coming out and as CM Punk sitting here like slobbering all over this other talent, and he's just like, say when. All right, well, we got our championship match for SummerSlam.
Right.
Yeah, it was like you found the prize at the bottom of a Cracker Jack box. Like there was nothing to it.
There's a prize in every box.
Yeah. My worst moment of the night was having to look at that eyesore that is Trick Williams' belt.
I don't mind it.
In the return of Baron Corbin.
Never-ending story.
And then best moment. Actually, no, I'm gonna take that back. My worst moment of the night was the Royce Keys Jimmy Uso match, and the fact that they had to run it back on Raw again when nobody asked for it in the first place.
I did like the promo. I did like their promo though.
The promo was fine, but their match was whatever. So I'm gonna go with that as the worst moment of the night was Royce Keys and Jimmy Uso. And I'll say the best moment of the night was the return of Baron Corbin. Just so Eric can't say that I'm negative on Baron Corbin.
I'm just saying negative in general.
What you got, Dom?
Well, my best moment on SmackDown. It's like the best and worst moment. The Jimmy Uso versus Royce Keys, but also when Solo came in and made believe he was with the Bloodline. And then
that's on Raw though.
Yeah, that happened on Raw.
The Raw. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened to Raw? You see,
that's why you got the two converge like that, and then you get completely lost on what happened on what show.
All right, so I got an even better one. I like the interaction with Finn Balor and CM Punk. That he goes, "Welcome to SmackDown, champ," and you know that they're gonna have some banger matches when they get a chance down the road. And Finn Balor beating Tama Tonga. I think beating Tama Tonga, he's gonna have more fights with them eventually because he's gonna fight
Tawa.
Yeah, so we got to fight him eventually. But the Jay Cargill thing is getting old with the friggin' Charlotte. You know, it's getting old. It's getting to a point where it's like, all right, come on already. Let this go. Finish it off and move on to something else. Baron Corbin coming back. It makes things a little interesting. Hopefully, they do him right and don't destroy the momentum before it even begins. Yeah, that's about it. You know, the whole thing with Gunther at the end, friggin' taking out. The worst moment was him taking out friggin' Nick Aldis, and Cody comes in and they go up. They
cut it.
It ends. How does it end? How do you end that? That was the worst moment.
Go on a YouTube page. Yeah, and watch nothing happens afterwards.
I know, but it ended like that, abruptly like that. So yeah, you know that was the pay. I'm watching it. I'm like, oh shit, take up Cody. Oh, come on, and everything on the menu comes on. I'm like, what?
Ass and cheeks, boys. I'm telling you, ass and cheeks. That's what this creative team is, ass and cheeks. All right, now we switch gears to Monday Night Raw from this past Monday. That saw an entire 3 matches.
Okay.
3.
Whoa.
Best moment of the night, clearly, the gauntlet match.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the best
Worst moment of the night is, why are we running back Royce Keys and
Jacob?
Jimmy Uso?
Julia.
No, listen. The best moment was Dragon Lee and Javon Evans. That was the best part of that gauntlet match.
Yeah.
That was the best part. So what were they thinking? Was the Obafemi saying that he didn't go for the championship because he knows that Brock Lesnar was from the
100%.
That is the worst. That was what the hell they're thinking. What are you thinking then? Like I said, the other good part was with Solo. Now I can say it. Solo friggin' make him believe he's acknowledging the bloodline, and then he fights. And that's why LA Knight comes out and they make the 6-man tag team match for SummerSlam. But yeah. So what are you thinking? Moment having Obafemi friggin' say that makes no sense, because you're right. They're watching the videos of people saying, how can you have a king and queen of the ring if you're not going to utilize the championship match, and then all of a sudden you're going to have freaking Money in the Bank, and you have 2 champions challenges in the same walking around. It makes no sense. But yeah, that's, come on, creative, get with the goddamn program.
What are they thinking is, what the fuck are they doing with Joe Hendry? Why is Joe Hendry jobbing out? Why is they wanted Joe Hendry so bad, and now he's jobbing out and losing to Dominic Mysterio?
Yep. He didn't even survive the first match in the freaking gauntlet match. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, he lost to Dominic Mysterio with help from JD McDonough.
Yeah.
What are we doing with Joe Hendry?
I don't know. You see, they get Joe Hendry, they don't use him. Jordan Grace, no creative problems.
Oh, he said his name too many times. He appeared.
Yeah.
Poor Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry.
What about you, Eric? What's your best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night from Raw?
So,
remember, 3 matches. You got a whole lot to pick from.
I know, right? A whole lot of segments.
A whole lot.
So, best thing, just Javon Evans in the gauntlet match in general, especially with him against Dom and Dragon. Even put up a fight against Rusev too, lifting him up on his shoulders after getting the what was it? Pretty much the camel clutch. Then worst moment is just a straight up, hey, here's a Jimmy Uso versus Royce Keys match again at a fucking commercial break out of nowhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta play this recap to see what happened led to this match. What were they thinking? Yeah, I gotta agree about the whole giving up the championship match to fight Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Guess that's just a wasted spot now. But yes, people still get mad if they gave it to Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And then
ask you a quick question. If Obafemi, all right, say if Obafemi, gave up the match, all this stuff like that, do you think he still goes after the bloodline?
He would still go. He would go after the top dog, aka Roman Reigns. Yes.
Roman Reigns. But what about CM Punk? If they,
I don't think Obafemi was ever going to go after Roman Reigns. I think Obafemi was going to go after Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn. Yeah. He was going to go after the WWE Championship. Their play was always going to be Roman versus Seth. So Obafemi would have went after the other champion. So it would have been Sami.
Yeah, so
again, it's another story in a different universe.
Yeah.
They need to turn back on that collider so we get back to that universe instead of whatever fuckery we're in now. But all right, that's it for Raw. Now we turn our attention to NXT. Did either of you watch NXT last night?
I watched a little bit. I watched the the women's North American Championship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
I
was
like that match a lot.
Yep, that was
even
good.
though Zarya needs. I love Zarya, but she needs a better move than a spear in an F5.
I know you got to give it. They might change it, but dude,
I'm so tired of seeing spears in WWE. Everybody, like I said it to Eric earlier, everybody's got a spear now.
Hey, did you see her in the skirt?
Yes.
Jesus Christ! I'm like, damn, freaking Zarya, man, holy shit!
And we have too many people in NXT that have identical names.
Zarya, is he? I know.
Lizzie Dame, Lizzie Rain. Who else? You have Kalani Armstrong and Kalani Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Change their names. Do something.
It's Callie Armstrong and Kalani Jordan.
They should have a girl's name.
You have Kiana James.
Yeah.
And Kalani Jordan. Like, there's just too many names that sound similar.
Should have BBL Torres. Some shit like that.
Jesus.
But go ahead, Eric. Did you watch NXT?
I did.
Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking? Moment of the night for NXT?
It was a toss-up between the triple threat match and the women's fatal four-way. Because I just didn't like how. I just did not like how Lola Vice got the win. Because they pretty much just pulled the Ether Page off of Trick Williams type shit.
Yep.
First, the whole Tristan Angels bullshit. That whole promo was god awful and boring. What were they thinking? I got nothing. Well, scratch that. So I'll do this. I'll do the what were they thinking for the women's triple threat, and I'll do best match with the fatal four for the North American.
Okay.
Man, how quickly Jada Parker doesn't show up on NXT again, huh?
I think she came out. She
did.
She came out and she got sucker punched from behind.
I don't remember her coming out. I thought that was last week.
No, she came out during the women's fatal four-way match.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And then later on, she got attacked or sucker punched by Natty.
Yeah, that's right. Because Natty's group came out too. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Dave, right away you want to diss my girl Jada, man. Come on, man.
You know why, Dom.
I know, but leave her alone, man. She's trying hard.
She needs to figure it out.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully she figures it out. Hopefully she gets called to the main roster down the road.
All right. Do you have a worst moment? What were they thinking moment of the night for NXT?
You said it.
All right.
No, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh shit. Not really. I wasn't looking at that. Like it kind of like, you're right about the Lola Vice winning the way she won. Other than that, I don't like. Naku. I don't know. Is he already like dead in the water?
I don't think so.
Like his intrigue. I don't know. Is it his intrigue? I don't know.
Just because of his match against Tate Wilder or what?
I don't know. It's just like he's like losing to freaking goddamn Tony D'Angelo kind of like took the steam like really out of him. I kind of like I don't know, like when he first was
it's just one match.
I know, but the one match
they seem higher up on him than they do Mason Rook because they seem like they all about abandoned ship on Mason Rook.
Well, Mason Rook is probably going to wind up in AEW down the road.
That's what it feels like to me.
He's going to go where he's appreciated.
Abandoned ship.
And he will wear a tutu. That's what he'll be wearing. NXT overall, like
it's boring, dude. I can't watch.
It's not like it was. I understand, but it still has some entertaining You know what the crazy thing is? When you watch Raw and SmackDown, and then you watch NXT, you're like, oh yeah, this is why this is NXT, and that's the thing because you're the big extravaganza of Raw and SmackDown, and then you go, all right, the minor leagues, NXT. But don't get me wrong, there's good matches, there's some good stuff in there, but you can see the quality. The quality is so different compared to those big shows.
I went to watching NXT religiously to watching it in clips like I used to do SmackDown. I just don't find any, but there's nobody in NXT I find interesting. And bless Nikita Lyons' heart because she's trying, but
she is.
Oh, she is trying, and I think she's gonna get called. She's one of the call-ups that they're talking about. Probably after SummerSlam.
Like Zarya and Tatum Paxley are really the only two women in NXT right now that are interesting to me.
Because they're interesting characters.
Yeah. No, in Matt's mind, Zarya is hot.
And I will not hide that I think she's hot, but I think she's an interesting character. I liked her feud once they finally got her away from Sol Ruca, and she's kind of opened up a little bit now. She's way more interesting, but
it's just the fact is that her moves, like we were talking about the moves. I understand her moves, the F5.
Yeah, she needs a better move set. She can't just be the female Brock Lesnar
/ Goldberg
or / Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Superman punch F5.
Because that's like, I don't know how many spears did she hit in the last minute of that match last night. She like speared everybody.
That's kind of cool.
But all right, that's it for NXT. Did anybody watch AEW Dynamite last night?
Nope, I didn't watch it.
I
did. My best moment of the night was the Kenny Omega getting the original AEW championship back from the Young Bucks, where they were dressed like the New Day, like they totally did and recreated the whole, like Kofi Kingston getting the WWE championship away from, or after he beat Daniel Bryanson, and Daniel Bryanson had the like eco-friendly WWE championship, and they threw it away and gave Kofi the real one. They kind of redid that to the point where the Young Bucks were even wearing New Day colors, if you paid attention.
I saw.
So that was my best moment of the night. The rest of the show was pretty unforgettable. Pretty forgettable. Sorry, not unforgettable. Pretty
unforgettable.
What were they thinking? Is I'm tired of them just giving wins to Mercedes Moné for no goddamn reason. Just because of she is who she is. And Darby Allin winning over Brian Cage. I love Darby Allin. He's one of my favorite performers in AEW, but him being Brian Cage is ridiculous because in any other time and place, Brian Cage would fucking pick his teeth with Darby Allin. But since neither one of you watched Dynamite, we'll end it right there. And that's it. That's our show this week. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Programming note, there will be no show next Thursday as Dom and I will both be in San Diego, partaking in San Diego Comic-Con. So watch our social medias for that, for potential wrestling interactions and interviews. Maybe we'll get to shake hands with Danhausen or get a quick interview with Danhausen or something. We'll see what happens there. But no show next Thursday as we will be in San Diego. So join us the following week where we'll be doing our SummerSlam predictions. So yeah, if you want more professional wrestling goodness, you can check us out here every Thursday night. So make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want more for Dom, check him out tomorrow night over on Renovision on the Qualified.
Qualified is off tomorrow. They're not on tomorrow.
Okay, so no Qualified tomorrow. Then you can catch Dom and I Saturday night for SNS. We'll be talking San Diego Comic-Con and everything that came out big in pop culture this week. And you can catch us here all week too. If you are like a good majority of our viewers and you are into comic books and professional wrestling, please make sure to head to your comic book shop and pick up Do a Powerbomb. I know it is a re-release. Daniel Warren Johnson's Do a Powerbomb. It was re-released. They're trying to put all 7 issues into 3. So it is a double-sized issue. Do a Powerbomb is one of the best professional wrestling comic books out there. So if you're into comics, head to your local comic shop and pick up Do a Powerbomb. But that's it for us. Eric, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you as well.
Plan to do a couple streams probably on Friday or Saturday. at twitch.tv/FireLordSombra. Watching my old clips on YouTube at FireLordSombra. And pretty much, if you want to chat with me, I'm on Twitter. Same handle.
He's on X.
X.
Yeah, make sure to head on over to twitch.tv Firelord Sombra and give Aaron a sub up to Aaron or Eric. I said Aaron. Too many nays in my life, man. But yeah, head on over there to twitch.tv /Firelord Sombra and give Eric a follow and check out his streams if you're a video game player. Got so much content and more over there. But that's going to do it for us this week on Off the Mat. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Enjoy Saturday, my event. Saturday, if that's even possible. Enjoy SmackDown tomorrow night. And Dom, send us out with some words of wisdom, my friend.
I just want to put a shout out to people. Be safe out there with the fires that are going on in Canada. You know, hopefully they get under control. And prayers to people out there that are definitely that need it. The air quality here in New York City sucks at the moment because it's at a dangerous index. So just be careful out there. You know, don't try to do anything strenuous out there because the breathing is difficult. But be safe, and Matt, let's be safe on our journey to San Diego this week and next week.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, that's going to be it. If you guys are in San Diego and you see us, please make sure to say what's up, say hello, all that jazz. We're excited to do it. And on that note, have a great week, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our SummerSlam prediction.